Hey, what is up guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Simpler Budget app, which is a personal finance app for budgeting created by Caleb Hammer, which is host of the Financial Audit Show. Now, Simpler Budget is both a free and paid app available both on Android and iOS. This is a budgeting app, as you can see here, the best budgeting app for a simpler financial life. So in this video, we're going to be doing a Simpler Budget app review, tutorial, and quick overview of the app. What are my thoughts, pros and cons, and generally the pricing and what you can really come to think of the Simpler Budget app in this video review. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the app. Now, if you do want to check out Simpler Budget, I will leave a link down below in the video description if you do want to follow along or check it out as well. Now, currently the app is only available on Google Play and iOS. There is no desktop or web version on the computer. It is only available on mobile devices. Now, in terms of what this app is, again, like I mentioned before, it is created by none other than Caleb Hammer himself from the Financial Audit YouTube channel, and he created his own app. Now, there's a lot of different apps in the budgeting space. I've created a lot of different videos as well, going over some of the best budgeting and personal finance apps. So in this video, again, like I said, we're going to be taking a look at here, how does it stack up to other apps and maybe some other comparisons and alternatives as well when you're looking at a budgeting app, because essentially budgeting apps can be a nice step above a lot of the Google Sheets or spreadsheets, or maybe that's just what you prefer. It depends on your personal opinion. So how does Simpler Budget stack up? So just taking a look here at the website, as you can see here, they do have a free version. And if you do download it now, they do have a 30-day premium for free version. They do also have premium access. If you do get the premium version, that does get you access to their personal finance community and a budget-friendly cookbook, again, only available in the US. Now, most of you guys watching this video are probably primarily interested mainly in the app and how it works and functions and what it exactly does, and would I necessarily recommend it for you to use. Now, just taking a quick overview of the Simpler Budget app and brand. Like I mentioned, they have the app here, which is a tool for managing finances. They do also have their Simpler Money membership, which is kind of like a separate thing, as well as expert reviews. Now, the reviews and money membership is on the paid version, like you saw here on the premium version. On the free version, you can still download the app as well, although it is just a more manual version of the app where you do have to enter your transactions in manually, which I am going to be showing you here in this video today, again, later in this video. On the premium version, they do have some additional information from other different personal finance experts, as well as some other YouTubers as well, such as someone like Spencer Johnson, who's pretty popular in the credit card space as well. Now, in terms of the app and the way it's built, just looking here at the website, of course, they do show you that it's no endless menus, just a simple, clean interface to allow you to enter in your monthly budget. You can also enter in custom categories, go through and set things up this way as well. Again, like you see here with freelance, and enter in a certain dollar amount for the transaction. Again, this is on the more manual version if that's what you're interested in. Again, I do cover a lot of different personal finance tools on the YouTube channel as well here. And again, they do have that free 30 days of premium, or if you want to opt just for the completely free version, you are able to still get access to the app with their custom categories, the spending updates, goal setting, paycheck planning, things like that as well. As you can see here, created by Caleb Hammer, the host of Financial Audit. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and hop into the app here in just a second. Now, if you are interested in the premium version, that does have Plaid integration. Now, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Plaid. It does tend to have some connection issues, in my opinion, across different apps. So, that's just what they have currently on the premium version, and it does cost the company money for them to use the automated imports of your transaction. So if you're just going to be using the free version, that does not come with the automatic transaction sync. Just making that clear distinction there. So that's kind of the main difference here between the different types of app versions. So in just a second here, I'm going to hop into my phone. We're going to go ahead and download the app. I am going to be using the iOS version. I get maybe there might be some slight discrepancies and differences between the Google Play or iOS. I'm going to be using the iOS version in this tutorial, and I'm going to be showing you the free version of the app and what you can expect. So in just a second, we're going to hop into my phone. We're going to get started. Alrighty guys, so we are now in the Simpler Budget app. As you can see here, budgeting made simple, take control of your money all in one place. We're gonna go ahead and click on get started. And now I'm gonna go ahead and enter in my email address here, continue. And then it's going to go ahead and send a code here. Okay, and then next you're going to be prompted with the set your password. So I'm going to go ahead and type in a password here. All right, so once you've entered in your password, go ahead and click continue. And then we're going to go ahead and enter in my name. Okay. And then this is where you would then go ahead and link your bank accounts. We're just going to go ahead and click continue here because I'm not going to be doing the premium version, which is the automated linking. I'm just going to be doing the manual linking. So this is what you're greeted with here on the homepage. Now, personally, even before entering in any information here, I do like this overview tab because you do get a quick view of your overall cash flow and your spending just right from the main dashboard. It's very easy to see how much money you spent as well as your income and expenses here. Okay, and to go ahead and get started, I'm going to go ahead and add in a budget. So we're going to set up first budget. So all I did here was click on the add budget button. As you can see here, set up your first budget, create monthly budget goals to track spending and save more dough, create a budget. So we're going to go ahead and create a budget. Now, these are all the different categories that you get right off of the bat. As you can see here, business, car and auto, clothes, dining, drinks, donations, education, fuel, gym, mortgage, rent, utilities. I'm not going to read through every single one here, but that's essentially all the different types of categories. Just quite a lot of categories, in my opinion. You can also add custom ones as well if you do want to add those here. Now, in this tutorial, I'm just going to be making it pretty simple, so I'm not going to be entering in every single different category. I'm just going to be hitting a couple here just to give you a general idea. So let's do dining and drinks. How much for each month to budget for dining and drinks? Let's go ahead and say, I don't know, maybe $100. Let's just say $100. Okay, cool. We're going to go ahead and enter in, let's say for fuel, let's say maybe $100 as well, maybe. Let's just say 200. Maybe you have to commute a little bit. Let's just say 200 for that. Groceries here, we're going to go ahead and enter in 300 for groceries. Gym and fitness. Okay, let's just say like $20 or something for gym and fitness. Let's say rent is 15. Let's just say like 1,200. I don't know. Let's just say that, right? Okay, cool. So we've gone ahead and added a few different categories. So as you can see here, dining and drinks, fuel, groceries, gym and fitness, and rent. So those are the budgets. So currently the budget is one total of $1,820 is the total amount budgeted for. Now we haven't actually entered in any transactions yet. So that is the total amount that is outstanding and budgeted. Again, we haven't spent any money yet inside the app. So we've added our set budget. Now we're going to go ahead and enter in some manual transactions here. So all you have to do is click this add transaction button. And then as you can see, review your transactions, manually add transactions, or link your bank account to automatically track your activity. If you do link your bank account, again, that is only available on the premium version. We're going to be going through pricing and comparisons to other financial apps later in this video. After taking a look at the app, I just want to clarify and stress that again, manual is free. So we're just going to go ahead and enter in a manual transaction here for free. So expense, we're going to go ahead and start with income because, why not? We're going to say job for income. Let's just say we made, I don't know, $5,000. Let's just say that, okay? Maybe 4K. Okay, we'll put in 4K. Category income, date, boom. So we've gone ahead and added in income. Next, we're going to go ahead and add in an expense transaction. So this one, we're going to call it Pizza Palace, right? Let's just say it's Pizza Palace, and the amount we spent $30 at Pizza Palace, and the category would then go under dining and drinks. Go ahead and click save there. Cool. We're going to go ahead and add in our gym membership. Let's just say it's Crunch Fitness or something like that. I don't know. Depending on where you are, you may have different types of gyms and things like that near you. We're going to say it's exactly $20. We're going to add that to the gym and fitness category. Go ahead and click save. And if we go back to our overview, as you can see here, we've got a little bit of things starting to come together, right? So we have how much we spent in a month, right? This is February, the month of February currently. We have our overall cash flow. We have, it's still, $4,000 income, expense of $50. So we have still $1,800 left. So this is sort of based on a zero-based budgeting sort of principles. If you are going to be budgeting every single dollar that you have income, then you would mark maybe necessarily everything as an expense, or you just have money left to be budgeted. So if you want to add in like a budget category, maybe for savings or something like that, you could do that too. But we're going to go ahead and keep it pretty simple. We're just going to be sticking to the essentials that we have added to the budget. So as you can see here, monthly income, expenses, the amount of savings that you would have would naturally just show up on that cash flow area on the left here. So as you can see here, we still need to enter in the transactions for the other categories because so far we've just entered in the gym membership and the dining and drinks and then the job income. So because we budgeted the full $20, as you can see, the full $20 has been spent under the gym and fitness. Now, it may be a little bit difficult to see there, but that green color is marking and denoting that, $20 of $20 has been spent. Dining and drinks, $30 of $100 has been spent. So we haven't spent the full category yet on dining and drinks. Now we're going to go ahead and enter in the fuel expense and the rent and some groceries too. So we're going to go ahead and quickly just do that by going in and adding transactions. So we're going to go ahead and click add transaction, and we're going to go ahead and mark this as rent. And the amount, I believe the total was $1,200, I think. Let's just say that's the amount, right? We're going to go ahead and enter in rent and go ahead and click save. So we've entered in the rent category. So now you can see we have $0 left in our expense. Boom, 4,000 income, 1250 expense, and the saved amount is there on the left, 2.8. So you can either opt for the zero-based if you want to enter in a actual budget for saving, or you can just leave it there under the cash flow report to show how much you've actually saved here. Again, this overview is pretty powerful in my opinion. We're going to get into some of my other opinions about the app and how it stacks up again to maybe some other competitors a little bit later in this video, but really just focusing here on what the app has to offer within itself. We're going to go ahead and add in groceries as well. So as you can see, the monthly spending so far is $1,250. It's 1.3 is the average there in the monthly chart. Again, once you enter in those higher dollar amounts, really kind of the picture starts to paint itself, in my opinion. We have our budget, we have our activity. So we go ahead and add transaction. We go ahead and add the other expense. So let's just say we spent let's just say 300. Okay, sorry. We're going to go ahead and edit this transaction because I messed it up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add, let's just say we go to Publix and we spent, that's a grocery chain, depending on where you are, that's a grocery store. We spent $300 all in one go. We just did our entire month's of groceries in one trip. Again, probably not going to be doing that unless you go to Costco maybe. And we're going to go back. And then as you can see here, that's labeled as $300 in groceries is now marked out. As you can see, income versus expenses, the monthly spending. You can see the budget. We have $0 left in groceries, gym and fitness, and rent. Dining and drinks and things like that, and fuel we have not actually added. But for the sake of this video, you can see your total top categories as well, and the amount that you've actually spent. Again, this is all just using the manual version of the app. It's a pretty simple, pretty easy to understand app in general in terms of the way that that's all kind of coming in with the transactions and the categories. I really, really like it for this specific functionality from a budgeting app, because I find that a lot of the other budgeting apps try to do like too many things at once. I actually kind of really like how simple it is. Again, hence the name, simpler budget, right? I get that's why he labeled it this way. So we see the budget activity. We also have our profile here if we do want to manage the subscription, delete the account, or log out, or if you do want to go in and later add in your transactions. Now, because in this video I'm not showing you the automated transactions logging, again, that's available only on the premium version. This is still pretty good for manual transaction logging. It would essentially be basically the same process. The thing I like about manual is you never have to worry about accounts disconnecting, which can honestly be a problem across every budgeting app, no matter what budgeting app you use, whether it be Simpler Budget or whether it be any of the other competitors out there, they all tend to have some connection issues from time to time. So that's kind of the nice thing about going manual mode. You don't have to really worry about that. Now, they do have some ads linked in here, so just be aware there are some advertisements to help pay for the app as well on the free version. As you can see, that little security thing, that's just like an advertisement. But yeah, that pretty much is it, right? It's very simple. You have your budgets, you got the categories, you got your total amount saved. You've got your cash flow per month if you see the all spending. Now, I will say, again, this app is very early. It's only been out for about a month at the time of testing and creating this video. So, I could say in terms of improvements, maybe it'd be nicer to see like a full graph. You go further out. Again, it is kind of limited just to the current month, and then you have the list of transactions. But for what it does, it is really good at doing this main overview, entering in your budgets and your transactions. And that's really nice. Like, honestly, I kind of prefer it not having all the extra bloat. However, if you do want, some of the other types of features from a budgeting app, you might want to look at some other apps. We'll get into the pricing in just a second here in comparisons to other apps. But if this is really what you're looking for, just showing you here in this step-by-step video what it looks like, what the process looks like of using the app, you can very, very clearly see how much money you have left to spend in your overall budget categories, right? We have $270 left to spend. We've got the savings and the total amount spent, income versus expenses. You can very, very clearly see, what your income is, how much you're actually spending month to month, which is honestly, I feel like the whole goal of this app in the first place anyway. Okay, so after looking at the app, right, is this app necessarily for you? I did want to touch on a quick Reddit post about the app as well, kind of giving some general comparisons as well to some of the other apps on the marketplace. As you can see here, this is introducing Simpler Budget. Again, it's only been out for about a month, and honestly, I do like it for what it does and for what it achieves. However, in terms of some extra, pros and cons, weighing out some of the criticisms, I will say it is a bit of a simple app, right? It does its job, what it set out to intend to do very well. However, at the premium pricing, I really like it for the free version. However, the premium version, when you're looking at compared to all the other budgeting apps out there, there really is a lot more that other budgeting apps do on their premium version. If we take a look here at the pricing, right? This is a screenshot here that a Reddit user posted, is that the in-app purchases, right? If you're looking at the monthly membership, now again, the premium version does get you a bit more. You get the automated transactions if you're interested in that. You also get access to the expert interviews, things like the Simpler Money membership. So it's not just the extra app, it is some additional functionality that they do also offer in the Simpler Money membership. So if you are interested in those other features, maybe that's some extra selling points there, right? And even beyond the app itself, if you're looking at the more premium membership, maybe you like some of these other experts as well. Maybe that's a different selling point for you, other YouTubers, other people that you may be familiar with, right? Maybe that's another reason for you to go with it. However, if you're looking at it just on an app basis, yes, it is pretty expensive compared to the competitors, and especially when you look at the actual feature breakdown, right? The Simpler Budget app is very, very basic for what it does, and honestly, it does it really well, especially on the free version. I do like it. However, for the premium version, in my opinion, it's not necessarily worth it right now in its current stage for what it has to offer, especially at that $14.99 a month or the $39.99 per 3 months or $149.99 per year. Now, if we do scroll down here, again, taking a look at some quick research. This is from a Reddit user. They commented, again, based on some quick research, I think Caleb has managed to make some of the most expensive finance tracker budgeting app out there. Again, this is just purely looking at the numbers. Simplify is $72 a year. Monarch is $100 a year. Now, Monarch Money is personally the budgeting and personal finance tracker that I use and recommend to a lot of people. We'll get into some other opinions and feedback as well. YNAB is $109 per year. Every dollar premium is $80 a year. And Empower Personal Capital, again, they say it's seemingly free. That's more of an investment tracker, in my opinion, and overall net worth tracker. It's not necessarily something that you would compare as a budgeting app. I get they do have budgeting features in Personal or in Empower, but it's really more for investing in retirement planning or things like that. So yeah, it's technically as a budgeting feature, but really when you're looking at the budgeting apps, I would say more compared to Simplify, Monarch, YNAB, Every Dollar. those are really more like budgeting apps. And as you can see here, Caleb Hammer's yearly membership at $149.99 per year is a bit more expensive. And again, as you can see here, they also criticize, not as many features as something like Simplify or Monarch. So, in my opinion, and again, this is just some Reddit user commenting about it, and it does kind of make sense. It is good feedback. Poking holes in it is that, yes, it doesn't necessarily have the same amount of features as Simplify or Monarch. And just from my own personal experience, utilizing the Monarch app for well over a year now, the Monarch app does do a really good job of like the net worth tracking and the overall like personal finance dashboard. But if you don't really necessarily care about that type of thing, which is something you could also get from Empower, again, Monarch and Empower both do those really well in my opinion. Simplify can also do it too. But if you're really looking at it just purely on a budgeting basis, Caleb's app actually kind of is better than a lot of the other apps even listed here when you're looking at it just purely on a budgeting and income and expenses, because a lot of the other apps do take a bit more time to get set up with. This one, as you can see, just even in this video, very quick to get set up with, very quick to set your budget and how much you're earning and how much you're spending, right? To do that in other apps, it takes a bit more finagling, or it takes a little bit more time to actually get set up with those features and to actually get useful data out of them. Now, those other apps do have more advanced reporting. There is a lot more premium level features that those other apps have because, again, they've been around for a bit longer. Again, I think overall Caleb does have some work to do in terms of, fleshing out the app a little bit more. Again, it's only about a month old. And I really can't, say too many bad things about it because honestly, especially on the free version, I do really like it. Especially if you're okay with just doing manual transactions. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it on the premium version just yet, unless you care about maybe some of the membership details and maybe some of the other course expert advice videos that they have. But purely on a budget basis, I do really like the app in its current stage. I would give it a thumbs up, right? Okay, I would still recommend maybe giving it a shot, trying it out for yourself, and giving your own opinions. Again, this is the Simpler Budget app, again, made by Caleb Hammer, host of the Financial Audit Show. If you do want to check out the app or download it for free, you can go ahead and check out that link down below in the video description. Again, if you want to go ahead and check it out. So if you guys have actually checked out the Simpler Budget app, go ahead and leave a comment down below. What do you think about it? What are maybe some improvements that Caleb can make to the app to make it better for people trying to get a better hold of their personal finances? Again, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.